right, he's a triple threat performing in film, TV, and Broadway, where he just joined the cast of the musical Sweeney Todd. Please welcome Tony Award-winning actor Aaron Tveit. Sorry about all the pizza.
Oh, that's okay.
So, you know, we were talking about your Tony in the intro. Where do you keep your Tony?
It is on the mantle of my fireplace in my apartment. Yeah,
that's a
classic place.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the only kind of thing I've ever received or gotten that I kind of have out displayed. And I forget, you know, I live in a brownstone here, and so it's like, you know, an old school apartment with a nice fireplace. So it's up there. I'll walk by sometimes, and I'm like, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's the pinnacle. I mean, you started. I guess you were in college, right? You were in Ithaca.
I was in Ithaca College, yeah.
And then you got a. Did you get an audition for?
Oh yeah, I was studying music, and then I switched to theater, and then kind of under a crazy set of circumstances, the music director for the Rent tour at the time, who was an Ithaca grad, kind of came and did a master class with us, and I sang for him. And afterwards, you know, he said, "Hey, you're perfect for the show. Can I call you?" And I was like,
"I'm in school."
I was like, "Yeah, dude, sure." You know, and then he did, and he called me, and I got an audition, and I got the show, and I left.
What year in college were you?
Thank you. Yeah, it was. This was halfway through my junior year.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But I had only been a theater major for 3 semesters because I was a music major first.
Right.
It was a very kind of circuitous route to it. But yeah.
But so you go on Broadway, and what is it? I mean, what is it like for you? You know, it's one thing to. You know, you're doing it, you're in the music program, you're at school, you're amongst like-minded people.
Yeah.
You go to Broadway, that is the, you know, that's the real deal. That's where all talent is.
It was amazing. You know, I was, the 2 first shows that I did were that Rent tour, and then I did the Hairspray tour and Hairspray and Broadway right after. And I was with 2 companies and casts that were filled with such talented actors and people, wonderful people, and it was a great thing to be around, you know, just wonderful people to start out as a young actor and learn from them. And you know, it's kind of getting really thrown in the deep end and trying to figure out how to do 8 shows a week and have to learn all that for yourself.
Did you go back to school?
I did, yeah.
You finished?
I did. I went back for a semester.
Okay.
And then I got another job.
Yeah,
but I finished. I was supposed to graduate in 2005. I ended up graduating in 2012. I had to take an online biology class.
Right, got it.
Because I needed a science class, and I got my real degree.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good. I did. Yeah, it was cool. Very cool. Yeah.
You worked so hard.
I did.
Might as well.
Might as well have it. And you know, I didn't think about it, and I kind of was like, oh yeah, I guess I'll finish. And then once I started taking that class and I got the degree, I was like, oh, this really means a lot to me, because it was, you know, it was a long time coming. So I was on the 11-year plan when I started.
Are there any teachers that you keep in touch with, or that have come to see you in any of your shows?
Yeah, you know, my high school choir teacher, who kind of pushed me into the theater a little bit, or gave me the nudge that I needed, he still comes and sees everything, which is wonderful. I grew up only about an hour outside of New York City. That's right, Orange County. And yeah, he came and saw Sweeney last week, which was great, and has always kind of rallied the people in my hometown to come support shows.
What's the favorite show? I know they're all great. What's your favorite role?
Oh, it's such a hard question, because I've been truly so fortunate to be in so many different shows, but I still think Next to Normal is still my favorite show that I've been a part of. You know, it's kind of this thing that exploded, and we loved the show so much. You know, it's a very difficult piece about mental illness and how it affects this family, and kind of set to rock music, which at first you think wouldn't really work, but it blended so well. And the people that we would meet at the stage door that would say, you know, thank you for telling this story, that's someone in my family, that means so much to me to see that in this way. You know, that's I think what the beauty of theater is, and live theater is, to really connect to people that way. So that was just such a clear example of that. People still say things to me today about it. You know, they say, I saw that show, and you know, thank you for telling that story. I'd never seen that before in a public forum, and it's just things like, it's just really
And you have an avid fan base. They're called the Tveit Todders.
Tveit
Yes. Somehow that came up on the internet years ago and it stuck, but
wow.
No, it's oh yeah, here's the this is at the stage door, Sweeney the other night. Yeah,
that's massive. That's a massive crowd.
It's amazing, and what's really great, I think, with Sweeney Todd is it seems like the audience is a lot of people that have never seen the show, and I think it's
kidding, yeah.
It's a nearly perfect musical. It's, I think, my favorite musical that I've ever worked on, just in terms of the script and the score, and so to kind of bring it to a new audience is really special.
Can I tell you, I took Mark to see Sweeney Todd, and it's the first time he has not fallen asleep.
Yeah, that's big.
Hey, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Aaron playing the demon of Barber Fleet Street after this. Stick around.
We're back with Aaron Tveit, of course, starring in Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. So you're a natural tenor.
Yes.
But the Sweeney Todd role is a much deeper, baritone?
Yeah, it's a bit more of a baritone role. But, you know, I've gotten to do a lot of pop and rock shows and musicals that I've done, but this is it's a much more traditional score. But I started as a classical singer, so a lot of this is much more of the work and how I sang when I really began as a singer, as a kind of teenager and in college. So it's getting more in touch with a part of my voice that I used many years ago and haven't used in the recent years.
Sutton Foster, legend in Broadway. Had you all worked together before?
Sutton and I did a concert in Australia together in 2016. We went to Australia to do a Stephen Schwartz concert. He wrote Wicked and Pippin, Godspell. We had a wonderful time. I mean, but I saw Sutton do Thoroughly. I'm not told her this, but I saw her do Thoroughly Modern Millie on Broadway in 2003.
Yeah.
Kind of right before I started working myself. I was in college and I was completely blown away by the show and by her talent. And so I've been a fan for a long time. So
I feel like that's the first time we had her on this show was during the Thoroughly.
Yeah, tell her at the end of your run.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Tell her that you're a big fan.
So if you watch this, just your mouth.
You know, when I saw this production, it's
a lot
so
of action,
physical.
Yes.
There's so much action. To me, it looks like a mishap waiting to happen. Have you had any mishaps on stage?
You know, I was prepped. We have a lot of the scenery specifically it's not really technical or computerized. It's kind of the time, and we have this chair, right? This Barber chair. That's an old industrial kind of pins and things that lock and go into place. And they told me that a lot can go wrong with the chair. I was like, it'll be fine. And then actually, I've only been in the show for a week and a half, but I think it was maybe sometime over the last Friday, this weekend, something happened with the chair, and it was like at the pinnacle moment of the show, and I'm finally about to extract my vengeance against the judge. And then I did, and then the chair kind of messed up. We have this gag where after a body is taken care of, it slides down a chute and ends up coming out. And the chair didn't work. So I didn't really know what happened, and I looked over, and I just saw the judge crawling off. And I kind of looked at it for a second, and I said, oh, I guess that's what happens when the chair doesn't work. So
yeah, you guys have a lot of blood on you. And what's the trick of getting that off?
Fun fact. Barbasol.
Yes.
Old school.
Like Barbasol shaving cream?
Yeah. It's which I learned on set years ago, and that's kind of what all the hair and makeup people always use on set.
Did you know that too?
Yeah,
sure.
How did you guys know that?
Well, because that's what the hair and makeup people give us.
Yeah, you go in your trailer. The first time you have to work with blood on something, you have that experience. You go in, they have a big can of Barbasol, and you're like, what is that going to do?
It takes it off.
Takes it right off. So.
Did it take off real blood too?
Who knows? I don't know. Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you here.
Sweeney Todd on Broadway. Now, through May 5th, with Guy Fieri. Stick around.